All right. So, talking about someone who is really problematic and toxic, one of the best advice I have ever been given in my own career when I was quite young was by a mentor of mine who's now a friend. And I remember talking to her about this person at work who was just driving me insane. And I was like, how can no one see how bad that person is? And she said to me, Galia, essentially that person is out on a limb. Like, think of them on a branch of a tree, and they're going to fall off at some point because they are out there. You don't have to be the person who cuts them off that limb. It will happen anyway. So that's been an amazing advice that I've been given, and you can use it all the time. We don't have to always be the people who call out everything. Now, true, some bad behaviors need to be called out. We can't tolerate everything. What we tolerate, we endorse. So if I ever see someone uses sexist language or bullying, I will call them up on it 100%. I will do that explicitly, and I will do that kindly, but I will do that. What I'm talking about is this kind of niggling behaviors that you can't quite say what they are, but they are happening. And people are noticing it. You don't always have to be the person who calls them up on it. What do you do if you're stuck with that person, if it's a family member? That's a really important question. So the answer is always around boundaries. If that person crosses the boundaries with you, you need to be clear about your own boundaries, and you can say things, that was too much for me, you crossed my boundary here. I didn't like the way that you've spoken to me. It might be in your house. You can do that in a kind way, but a firm way. So I always try to do it from a place of love. I love you, could be a family member. I love you, but you did this thing in my house, in my space, and that didn't feel right for me. And if they get defensive, you can say, let's talk about it. You open the communication channels, but it is about being clear about your own boundaries and not letting people get away with things because you don't want to upset them. And sometimes they'll get upset, but if you do it always from a place of love and kindness and assuming good intentions, the chances